just about to solve some questions. So someone sent this question to me, so I just thought of solving it for you guys, so you guys should see how you can easily get the solution of, I think it's called an exponential equation, but whatever it's called, I'm just going to solve it. So we have 4 raised to the power sine square x plus 4 raised to the power cos square x equals 5. So definitely we have to get the value of x. So now how are we going to solve this question? So first we're seeing a trigonometric function here, which is sine square x, and we're seeing also a trigonometric function which is cos square x. Now you asked to solve to find the value of x for every value of x that would make this equation to be equal to 5. So what are we going to do? So my first step, actually, I can decide to express this in terms of cos square x. What am I trying to say? I can decide to express sine square x in terms of cos square x. So we all know that sine square x, right, is equal to 1 minus cos square x. Right? We all know this identity, right? We all know this. So I'm just simply going to substitute this into this. So substituting, we're having 4 1 minus cos square x plus 4 cos square x equals 5. Right? So now what's my second step? My second step right here, we also know that let me also use this identity. Also, we all know that x raised to the power 1, the x raised to the power a minus b can also be written as x raised to the power a divided by x raised to the power b. Yeah, this is actually the rule of indices. So I'm just going to be applying this rule right here to this. So here we're having 4 raised to the power 1 minus cos square x. So I'm just going to be applying this rule to this rule. So we'll be having 4 raised to the power 1 divided by 4 raised to the power cos square x, right? And I'll just write out the remaining values. So this is 4 cos square x equals 5. So now what's my second step? Now my second step, I'm going to multiply through by, I'm going to multiply through by 4 cos square x. Yeah, I'm going to multiply through by 4 cos square x. So let's multiply through and see what we're going to get. So this is 4 cos square x from bracket 4 raised to the power 1 divided by 4 raised to the power cos square x plus 4 cos square x then equal to 5. No, I'm going to multiply through, also multiply the left hand side, also multiply the right hand side. So when I multiply 4 cos square x times this, this will eventually cancel out this, right? When multiplying through, so I'm just going to be left with 4. Then when I multiply 4 cos square x times this, I'm going to be having 4 cos square x. You can just make it raised to the power 2, because when I multiply it, I'm having a double stuff, so you can just say it, let it just be raised to the power 2. When I multiply this times 5, I'm going to be getting 5 times 4 cos square x. Right? So now here comes another step. So I can say let 4 cos square x be equal to p. Yeah, let 4 cos square x be equal to p. I'm going to be substituting p, and when I say 4 cos square x, I'm going to put p. So this is 4. Here we're having 4 cos square x raised to the power 2. So like I said, when I see 4 cos square x, I'm going to put p. So this is plus p raised to the power 2 equals 5. Now here is also 4 cos square x, so I'm going to substitute what p. So times p. So I know what you're saying, right? This is getting to be a quadratic equation. So this is p square, yeah, p square. Then this is 5 times p, right? So I'm times p, this is 5p. Then plus 4, right? Plus 4 equals 0. So we're going to factorize this stuff. So factorizing this, we'll be having, so what are the two factors that when we add it is going to give me minus 5p, and when we multiply it, it's going to give me plus 4. So I can only think of two factors, which are minus 1 and minus 4. So we'll be having minus 1 minus 4. We can just write this as minus p minus 4p. Then plus 4 equals 0. So we're going to factorize this. So factoring out p, this is p 1 minus 4 open bracket p minus 1 equals 0. So it will be left with p minus 1 and p minus 4 equals 0. Then eventually this gives me p equals 1. Am I actually doing the right thing? Yeah, so yeah, p equals 1 or p equals 4. So let's not just get our hopes up, because we are not actually done with solving this question. Remember, we said let 4 cos square x be equal to p. So we're just going to be, remember, we are looking for the value of x, not the value of p. So let's proceed. Remember, we said let 4 cos x be equal to p, right? And we said, and we got the value of p to be equal to 1 or p equals 4. So let's make use of 1. So we have 4 cos square x, substitute p to be equal to 1. So this is what we have. Then what am I going to do right here? So I can say let's multiply it through by log. So multiply through by log. We're having log 4 cos square x equals log 1, right? Then we all know that log a raised to the power b is equal to b log a, right? Then I can just apply this rule to this stuff right here. So log 4 is power cos square x can be written as cos square x log 4 equals log 1. We all know that log 1 is 0, right? So this is cos square x log 4 equals 0. So I'm just going to be dividing through by log 4 because I'm looking for the value of x. Log 4. Then I'm going to be having 0 divided by log 4 is also 0. So this cos square x equals 0. So now how do we get the value of x? Now this can also be written as cos x raised to the power 2, right? Equals 0. So when I take the square root of both sides, I'm left with cos x equals 0. So what can be my value of x that when I put it in cos x right here will give me 0, and I can only think of one value. So what is that value that I can substitute for x that will make the cosine of that angle to be equal to 0? So I can only think of one value to be 90 degree, and in radians 90 degrees pi over 2, but we don't actually need the radians form, so we just need the value of x. So you just can just say x equals taking the inverse of cos, right? So cos inverse of 0 will give me 90 degree or pi over 2. Pi over 2 is more easy to express, so we just express this as pi over 2. Pi over 2 is also 90 degrees, except in radians form. So I've gotten my first value of x, let's call it x1. Or remember, we got two values of p, said p is equal to 1 and p is equal to 4. So we solved for when p is equal to 1, let's solve for when p is equal to 4. So we'll be having 4 cos square x equal to 4, right? So, and we just don't actually need a long process for this. So this can also be written as 4 raised to power 1, right? So you can just make use of identity or whatever it's called. You can just divide through by 4. 4 cancel out 4, so we're left with cos square x equals 1. Now this can also be written as cos x raised to power 2 equals 1. So I'm going to be taking the square root of both sides. Square root cancel out the square. So we'll be left with cos x. Square root of 1 can be written as 1, right? Square root of 1 is 1. So what I can do right here is to say x is equal to cos inverse of 1. And we all know that cos inverse of 1 is equal to 0. So this is my second value of x, call it x2. So we got the two values of x to be x1, which is 90 degree, and x2, which is 0. So these are my two values of x. So let's actually test if we actually get the value of 5. So we all know that my original equation was 4 sine square x plus 4 cos square x to be equal to 5. So let's check if this will actually give us 5. So testing my first value of x, if I substitute here, we'll be having 4 sine 90 all squared plus 4 cos 90 all squared. So let's leave it as that. So sine 90 is 1, right? So this is 4 raised to power 1. 1 sine 90 is 1, 1 squared is also 1. So plus cos 90, see that is 0. So cos 90 is 0, and 0 squared is also what? 0. So which is equal to 4 raised to power 0 is 1, right? So we're left with 4 raised to power 1 plus 1. And 4 raised to power 1 is 4. We're left with 4 raised to power 1 plus 1. 4 raised to power 1 is 4 plus 1, we have what? 5. So we are correct. So testing for my second value of x, which is 0. So we'll be having 4 raised to power sine square x plus 4 cos square x. Let's see if it will give us 5. Right? So putting 0 here, we're having substituting x to 0, so this is sine 0 all squared plus 4 cos 0 all squared equals 5. So sine 0, and that sine 0 is what? 0. So we'll be having 4 raised to power 0 plus cos 0. We all know that cos 0 is 1. So this is 4 raised to power 1 all squared, which is also 1. So this is 4 raised to power 0 is 1 plus 4 raised to power 1 is also 4. And this gives me 5. 4 raised to power 0 is 1. 4 raised to power 1 is 4. And this gives me 5. So we see that our values of x are correct. So thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, or at least drop a comment below if you like the video, or if you want me to actually solve some more questions on exponential equation or whatever it's called. Do so well to drop it in the comment section below, and I'll reply ASAP. So thank you guys for watching. Peace. So thank you guys for watching, and please hit the subscribe button right here. Thank you so much.